Fox Sports Net continues here in Switzerland. Bart Connor along with Nadia Comaneci, and this is American Jeanette Antolin.
She's fast and powerful. She's quick. It's a style that works for her, in contrast with Horkina, whose moves are very slow.
She had only an 8.575 in the uneven bars, her first event.
Here comes a great combination. It's a back and forth combination. No problem.
Now, Jeanette is relatively new to international competition. Although she made the World Championship team for the U.S. last year, she was there only as an alternate. She did not compete in Lausanne.
I like that she doesn't seem having too much pressure after the mistake she made on the bars. She seems very confident.
For years, a member of the national team, 2 as a junior, and this is her second as a senior.
These are some moves that earned her bonus.
She has a very powerful dismount coming up.
A very good dismount and no problem with the landing.
Well, I saw a little relief on the face of Don Peters, her coach at Scatch Gymnastics from Southern California.
This is 3 connected acrobatic elements, which she performs nicely. And this great dismount, beautiful position in the air, almost stuck the landing.
And a nice recovery for Jeanette Antolin, 9.3 for her. So let's take a look at the standings after 2 apparatus. As you see, Horkina is our leader. You may remember that we've seen her perform 3 events already because of the format here in Switzerland. She has now set the stage for the rest of the gymnasts. That brings up Zeena McLaughlin from Australia. She would need better than a 9.725 if she hopes to take over the lead from Horkina.
Most of the gymnastics fans may remember this music was used by American Shannon Miller.
It's interesting that Shannon's former coach, Peggy Liddick, is now in Australia. She must have brought the cassette along with her, didn't she?
Probably she did. She moves very nicely.
Shannon Miller, of course, America's most decorated gymnast of all time. The music worked well for her. Does it work for Zeena?
It worked very good for Shannon, but I think that Zeena can look for a different upbeat music.
There's no automatic bid to the Olympics in Sydney in 2000, so the Australian team will need to qualify in the top 12 at the 99 World Championships this year in order to guarantee a spot in the Olympics that they're going to host.
And this is a triple twist somersault. She almost completed.
Lovely finish.
She almost comes from the flower bouquet doing her last tumbling pass. Is the triple twist somersault, and she didn't quite get around where her body did, but her feet didn't get around.
And the score for Zeena, 9.35. And when we come back to Switzerland, we will see the reigning Olympic champion on the vault, Alexei Nemov. More of the men's competition in now for the final performance of Alexei Nemov. He happens to be the reigning Olympic champion on this event, the vault, and he has selected this for his final routine today. This vault is very complicated, has a 10-0 start value. He can get a big score here. Whoa! Look at how far out of line he was from the horse. He did a good job at controlling the landing. And as is his tradition, he's always flirting with the audience. I've seen him do this ball higher. He does go a mile from the horse and has to fight to pull the landing around. And he is slightly offline. The judges are going to deduct a little 9.45 his score there.
Everything is going to be all right.
Well, every day everything is all right for Alexei Nemov. Now we go to the parallel bars. This is Vitali Rudnitsky, who has been rather unspectacular all day long. His scores have been in the mid-9s. Currently second place coming into the final performance. There's a nice combination as he goes out to the single rail. Rudnitsky is certainly overshadowed by his more famous teammate, Ivankov. This is not necessarily an original routine, but he does the job. He'll probably score in the mid-9s once again. Nothing spectacular, but well done. The dismount, he doesn't do a good job controlling the landing. He over-rotates by piking too deep and pulling it around too far. 9.4, the score for Rudnitsky. Now we turn our attention to the women's competition. Adriana Crisci has selected floor exercise as her third and final performance. And although it's unlikely she could get more than a 9.85 to move into first place over Horkina, if she gets more than a 9.425, she can move ahead of McLaughlin into second place.
And she gets 5-10 bonus for the first pass.
Nice. Nadia, I'll never forget when we first saw her 2 years ago at the European Championships. Her music was so fast and her routine was so fast it looked like it was being played fast forward in the video recorder.
She's trying to catch the music or vice versa. I think she can do a better job with her music.
But there's no denying what a powerful tumbler she is.
And I really like her technique. Look at this. She always gets around this triple twist. She's been so active through this routine, it's hard to see where she can get time to rest. And she's taking this opportunity to rest just here. Beautiful double pike.
Powerful finish for Adriana Crisci, just up the road from her hometown in Milano. Now we turn our attention to Claudia Presecan from Romania. She is currently second in the standings, and here's why. In the second rotation, she was on the balance beam, and she fell off on a move that you rarely see her make a mistake on, Nadia.
And this is a surprise because she's usually solid on this event.
So now we see her in her third and final performance on the floor. If she scores more than a 9.725, she can take the lead over Horkina from Russia.
And this is a very popular Romanian song. It's called Ciuleandra.
The score for Adriana Crisci's floor routine, a 9.425, that ties her for second place with McLaughlin.
She's a very powerful tumbler, and I really like that she more than completes her artistic moves. There will be no doubt for the judges.
It's an interesting contrast when you talk about Horkina being such an elegant dancer. And in the case of Presecan, she earns her points from her powerful tumbling. A different style and a different look for her gymnastics.
It's a look that works for her. This is how she performs. This is beautiful double pike. And she's not even tired.
That's a good point. The Romanian team is so well conditioned. The gymnasts don't even look exhausted at the end of a floor routine that was very challenging.
She looked as strong on her last tumbling pass as she did on her first. Those Romanians are tough.
You're telling me? And the score for Presecan, a 9.6. So she will move into second place. Horkina still has the lead. Now for the United States, Jeanette Antolin. Her confidence seems to be growing with each performance. After a disaster on the uneven bar, she came back with a 9.3 on the beam. Not bad. She has a great opening tumbling run here.
Ooh, that's unusual. This has been done by a Russian gymnast.
But it's a very rare split, laid-out double-back somersault.
I like when people try to do unusual things. Ooh, that was out of bounds. That will cost her 110 deduction. Her final placing here is not as important as the experience that she gains by being in the same arena with all these great champions.
The music, of course, from the Man of La Mancha.
Difficult combination.
Great finish for Jeanette Antolin.
Here is the double layout in a split position. It's very hard to get around, but it shows you what kind of power she has.
Her score, a 9.225. So let's take a look at the final standings in the women's competition. Horkina, Presecan, McLaughlin, and Crisci tie for third. Antolin, seventh. We will be back with more gymnastics and the conclusion of the men's competition on Fox Sports Net in a moment. Final two performances now in the men's all-around competition. This is Ivankov getting ready for the parallel bars. He's had an interesting day. He started all the way down in 8th place and has worked himself up to 3rd at this point. He needs more than a 9.7 if he wants to go into first. I really like this routine because he shows excellent work above the bars, as you see here in the handstand, but also under bar work with that giant swing. He's so smooth, and much like Alexei Nemov, he really finesses all of those handstands. Beautiful back toss. Here's the dismount. Well, I think he's happy this day is over. It was a little rough, especially from the beginning. Look at how he finesses this handstand. Gorgeous back toss and just nails it right on top. He has to keep it moving into the dismount to earn an extra 1/10 of a point bonus for connecting those two skills. The score for Ivankov, 9.55. So he will move to second place as he gets congratulations from Alexei Nemov. The final performer of our competition tonight, Dimitri Karbonenko on the high bar. He needs more than a 9.25, which he should be able to get with this performance here to go into first place. Little sloppy. Huge release move. Oh, he's short of the handstand. He had to go back the wrong direction. He's kind of modifying his routine here. Now he's back into the rhythm of it, but he did fall the wrong way out of one of those handstands, and the judges are going to hit him for it. Watch this dismount, however. Triple back with no extra giant swing. Oh, did he nail that? Oh, that's too bad. You can see it in his face. That first place was his. All he had to do was make it through the easiest element in his routine. He made these difficult release moves effortlessly. I love this because right out of the pirouette, instead of doing an extra giant to pick up speed, he's so powerful, he cranks a triple right away and just rocks it. His score, only an 8.9. Karbonenko drops to 4th place. So here are the final standings in the men's all-around competition. Rudnitsky wins with solid scores in the mid-9s all day. Ivankov 2nd. Valery Balenki from Germany 3rd. So for Nadia Comaneci, I'm Bart Connor. Thanks for watching Gymnastics with us on Fox Sports Net.